All right, I'm officially live. I'm gonna ensure you're all able to hear me. I'm gonna see how many views I currently have at the moment. Okay. 38 views. Wow. 35 views on the one from 2 days ago, and then 4 hours, which was yesterday. 38 views. The one where I got the heist situated. Okay. But yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me playing GT5 online, chat. My bad for not streaming after I got finished streaming earlier, which was yesterday, because it is today. It is Tuesday today. So pretty much I could play with AZ on Fortnite, and well, actually GT5 online was my homie Andrew. Fortnite was AZ, then Caleb if he's available. That was a badass heist, I gotta admit. So apparently, I'm gonna use the bathroom afterwards. I have to do number 2. Oh my gosh, I can't necessarily hold it because apparently it is gonna burst my lungs. It's gonna tear it. So, not my lungs, my intestine, my large intestine. So anyway, like I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, possibly within my last live stream, what I'm gonna specifically mention within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention again as well, within my future live streams, obviously, chat, like over is that, like overall chat, like overall, you know, again chat, like overall chat, like overall, it'll overall take quite a while for me to process over, like in terms of the safe combination. So apparently, where's the text there? What the fuck? Pretty sure what's in the heist it was there. But Pablo mentioned a safe combination. So I'm hoping I can do the second heist. Do I have to do it immediately or heist preps? Hoping I get to do it all by myself. I'm pretty sure this is like something where you can do it by yourself, or you can, whether you can do it solo or with an individual. If not, if I don't complete it all, I'm hoping I do, so I can get like 2 mil. I'm pretty sure it's 1.1 mil each, or that it increases or whatever.
Helmsman Pavel reporting for duty. I have been monitoring satellite imagery of Mr. Rubio's island.
Okay.
Quite the show since our visit. I think Mr. Rubio has had drug-fueled paranoid breakdown in his panic room. Could not believe what happened to him. Real freak out. But things are quieter now. The Panther is well fed. Literally. This is not the Russian saying. So, time to return, I think. And this time, without Mini Madrazo middleman. If we go right away, things may be a little trickier, but just come back to the sub if you wish to plan our next Caribbean vacation, yes?
You can now cancel any future by calling to the whole. I would prefer not to cancel it. I need plenty. And Angel, I have to mention to him about the mansion surprise. He does not want the mansion. Anyway, I'm gonna use the bathroom. Well, let me go back to where I left off before I use it, so I can know where I left off as I get finished using the bathroom. Hoping I get to do it all by myself. I'm pretty sure this is like something where you can do it by yourself, or you can, whether you can do it solo or with an individual. If not, if I don't complete it all, I'm hoping I do, so I can get like 2 mil. I'm pretty sure it's 1.1 mil each, or that it yeah, I was mentioning like how it's 1.1 mil each, or that it would increase as you do the heist. So I'm hoping that it's very simple. That was a hell of a heist, but hey, I got it situated. But I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, so just stay tuned for it. If it kicks me out, it's all good. I will just rejoin back. I am back. Yeah, I'm officially back, chat. So as I specifically mentioned, that, yeah, I'm pretty sure the more heists I do, specifically of Carol Perico, I'll get more money. I'm hoping I can get majority of that shit situated. I didn't like how him and I got caught, so like, so I just feel like I'm gonna get this heist situated. Y'all can tag along. Bro, that shit, though, that I took was, oh, man, I hated it. I hate taking a shit. I prefer pissing. Actually, I prefer neither. Because there's a possibility you can remove your whole large intestine, but it depends on the individual. And I feel like I'm meant to have that removed. Kidneys, possibly not, because the blood flow and the toxins would head towards there more than the large intestine. And I feel like I would have to keep my kidneys. When it comes to me pissing, I don't necessarily mind it. Potentially, you could get your kidneys removed if there's certain ways, who knows. Whatever my doctor mentions, and I myself is gonna be a doctor, and I'm gonna fucking leave this shit because I don't, excuse me, I don't necessarily need to be in this shit, so. But yeah, I hate blowing my nose as well, so. Excuse me, chat. Yeah, I witnessed an individual who did the brain surgery, so I hope I don't have to have a scar on the side of my head or wherever they're gonna, like, get rid of that shit from. Oh, hold on.
That was actually kind of fun, in a creepy picket fence kind of way. I gotta go watch porn.
Yo, Jimmy, can you shut the fuck up? Bro, you got some, like, severe mood swings, like, major mood swings. Was that Jimmy? Did the brain surgery, so I hope I don't have to have a scar on the side of my head or wherever they're gonna, like, get rid of that shit from. Oh,
That was actually kind of fun, in a creepy picket fence kind of way. I gotta go watch porn.
oh, okay, because I didn't have my mic volume up, he was, like, just chatting in a chill voice. But if he did have those mood swings, I'd be so pissed. Hoping that this video, or this live stream, excuse me, would get hundreds and hundreds of views. I'm hoping, because I am... That was a badass live stream, last live stream. I completed the heist. You know, I just have to drive all the way towards there, swim towards the submarine. Instead of the submarine, though, I'm gonna find another approach. Hope I don't have to do the heist prep. If I do, I'll be so fucking pissed. Because I don't necessarily need to do them, you know? Right? Because it's not like you have an approach. It's more like how many heists in total you have to do. Excuse me, chat. Unless it's like people just gotta really know exactly what to do. If there's any hacking involved, I'm hoping it's the same for the fingerprint. If not, then Andrew's gonna send me a video, so. Typically, you just align them. I just use my notes, though. If it's that, then that'd be cool. If it's... I have to see what the heist is. And if it involves you being sneaky, I'm gonna be sneaky. Well, I remember the one I did was Pings. I'm hoping it's that. Who knows how many heists he did that led him to doing that, so. Oh yeah, chat. Another thing I want to specifically mention, like I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, what I could possibly mention within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat. Like over. So and this is something I specifically mentioned. Just gonna mention one thing though, but what I mentioned when I was playing with AZ and Melvin. This is like before I have to hop off and just mention whatever before I just end that Fortnite live stream. So, what I'm gonna specifically mention is that, and I'm gonna head towards the submarine because I actually want to be within it before I mention it. No. Well, I have $1 million, so don't worry, I have millions of dollars. Anyway, so you know how some people, like, you know how the fact is that, before I actually interact with anything, you know how the fact is that full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength 7+. But some people just think that full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength 17+, 18+, or 21+. In terms of mentality. Which I feel like it's bullshit and it's just a form of arrogance. And all I'm gonna specifically mention is that it's a myth and assumption made by the US government and certain countries' government in terms of arrogance, pretty much. Pretty much thinking that those ages are better in terms of mentality and that's when people would reach dead. Well, not really. Whereas some people think that the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, which is facts. The brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth. But some people think that full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength and where the brain is fully formed and fully developed 25+, 30+, or 35+. And I'm like to myself, in terms of those three ages I specifically mentioned, where some people think, or majority of people think, how full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength and where the brain is fully formed and fully developed 25+, 30+, or 35+. I feel like that's bullshit. You know, like, I feel like those three ages I specifically mentioned is that they are myth and assumptions made by the US psychologists and neuroscientists and certain countries' psychologists and neuroscientists.
Hey, how you doing?
And this is what I specifically mentioned about those within my recent live streams. What I just specifically mentioned about that shit was in this current live stream. And what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, like over another system. So just something I want to mention about them. Like, a majority of people think that whether it comes to 70+, 18+, or 21+, or 25+, 30+, or 35+. I feel like majority of people, that's what they think. Majority of people think that 70+, 18+, or 21+ is where people have full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength 17 plus, 18 plus, or 21 plus. Those are missing assumptions. That's what majority of people think, and it's bullshit. Whereas, you know, the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, but majority of people think that full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength, and where the brain is fully formed and fully developed, 25 plus, 30 plus, or 35 plus. That is fucking bullshit, you know. Like I specific, and those are missing assumptions as well, you know. Like I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, what I just specifically mentioned about that shit was in this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams, obviously, chat, like over in So the facts are, chat, the facts are, as I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams, what I could possibly mention about that shit within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention again as well within my future live streams, obviously, chat, like over in is that so the facts are full maximum or max mental maturity and full maximum or max mental strength 7 plus. You are fully mentally mature, have that full mental capacity, have that full mental maturity, and is fully independent mentally, chat, obviously. Like over So then the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth. Pretty much the prefrontal cortex or the frontal lobe, they're synonyms. Especially plenty of the neurons, which the prefrontal cortex / frontal lobe are synonyms. They are all like fully formed mentally after birth, but the brain physically itself is fully formed and fully developed after birth physically, but mentally it's fully formed. Pretty much plenty of the neurons, especially one of the main neurons, the prefrontal cortex / frontal lobes, excuse me, they are synonyms pretty much. Yo, what's good, Jesse? How you feeling, brother? So that's the frontal lobe, or yeah, that's. So pretty much mentally it's fully formed, but fully developed 7 plus. You gotta just wait. You just gotta wait like 7 years later. So 7 plus pretty much. Like over so you know. And despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, so. As I specifically mentioned about all the 7 plus shit, especially the 11 plus shit, just overall what I specifically mentioned about all that shit within those shit of 7 plus and 11 plus overall, like over as I specifically mentioned about that shit, yeah. As I specifically mentioned about that shit,
You fucker!
yeah, as I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams, possibly my last live stream. What I just specifically mentioned about that shit was in this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well. What's my future live streams? Obviously, chat, like over. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm supposed to be referring to, chat. So anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit once and for all. Like over. Oh yeah, so yeah, Austin Theory returned. I watched all of WWE of Monday Night Raw within Netflix. Man, I figured it was him. I fucking figured. I get that Angel would typically mention you never know, but I definitely know. I know what's up. I fucking know what's up. I knew it was Austin Theory. Definitely not Montez Ford. I figured it was fucking Austin Theory because I saw that face quite a bit, and it was white. I figured it was Austin Theory. I figured. But anyway, I am gonna call the submarine in and hoping to do the heist. No heist prep, please. I gonna consider getting a cutscene or something? That sun is huge as fuck. Enter Kostaka from the coming. I'm pretty sure I know. Come on. But yeah. Hold on. Let me go back to where I left off. Anyway, I know exactly where I specifically left off. Like over in so anyway. So anyway, chat. Yeah. Without further ado. So again, chat. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. So yeah, like I mentioned, chat specifically. Like I specifically mentioned, chat. Again, chat. Without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once and for all. Like over. So you know. Anyway.
Ah, there you are, Capitan. The finest field operative I have ever had the pleasure of coordinating.
You trying to waste my money?
Ah, welcome back to the
Well, I'll
drawing
pretty
board,
much gain more,
Capitan.
so.
No mini madrazo to keep happy this time. We are working for ourselves, yes? And this is not a blank canvas. We have record of what we learned before. Only now, who knows what Mr. Rubio has involved? Our first job is to find out. The beach party is over, so we cannot again be unassuming tour manager for kind of music. We will need new approach for reconnaissance. So I have suggestion.
Okay.
We find one of the planes his buyers used to smuggle their business into Los Santos. We disguise you as one of them, fly the plane back to the island, and we keep fingers crossed they do not shoot you straight away. You like this plan? Good.
Alrighty. Oh. Alright, chat. I'm possibly gonna use all my money. I'll get more potentially. Don't worry. So how many I got? I gotta do the math. That's how you budget. You gotta do the math. I'm in the thousands. So $978 and $614,000. Okay. Let me put that in my math. Minus how much is it insurance?
Say hello to the sunshine for me. It has been a long time.
Hello, this is Morse Mutual Insurance.
$7,000. $74,907. 74 and 907,000. You sure? 74. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Wait, did I claim all? So if I were to call my vehicle, I'll check afterwards. So I just use my money. I'm not gonna use fast travel, unless I possibly want to. But you don't want to constantly use it. That's like, you know, do I gotta head towards?
Piece of shit.
Hey, you just gotta head there, okay. So, I'm just gonna pull up and then call my vehicle. And I'm pretty sure I know all the names. Oh, you know what that means? I get to officially call my vehicle back that I haven't necessarily had since like last week. It's been 1 week since I had the vehicle. Okay, I'm gonna call it in. And I may possibly head to the casino to possibly see if I can win the money or use my rank. Oh, it didn't. I'm not necessarily on a new level. So I was close. Okay. Okay, before I even do the heist. And I'm pretty sure I gotta do the heist trap. Just a different heist though. That's perfect. Not the same exact heist, but different approach. It's different. Fuck the casino heist, Chad. So I gotta drive towards there. So this is quite interesting. Okay. So Minnie Madrazo is Martin Madrazo's son. Hold on. Let's actually go back. Let's go back. Why is it getting night early in the game? Is it just like real life? Where it gets very dark early? And I'm pretty sure all states are like that. People are gonna be like, in the warm states we won't have that. Well, I feel like it's all states. All states get cold. I mean, I never... And it's December, so I wonder what's the temperature in Florida. I'm pretty sure the hurricane ended since like last month. Or even before. Possibly October ended. Or November. Possibly November it actually ended. So you know what that means? I'm heading to Florida during the summer. So it's gonna be hurricane season, but typically the hurricane will not necessarily occur until August or September. So I'm hoping that I avoid the hurricane. So stop. You're gonna hit it. Not hurt it, but you're gonna hit it. But yeah, chat, like overall, it'll overall take quite a while for me to process. Like in terms of like constantly overspending. Cause I know how to manage my impulse control. And look at the fast travels. Look how much they cost. Well, they're in the thousands, but the more you use it, the more you're gonna waste. So Vandra's like, how do you get that much money? It's because I did the heist. But because I could just drive there, you know, I could just use my vehicle. So fast traveling is like ridiculous. But if you feel you want to, that's if you have more money. You know, you can do once in a lifetime. And then if you want to just drive there so you can save your money, then shit, you know. Like over, you know, so yeah, that's the whole point. You know, gotta manage your money in game and in real life. That's why I've been budgeting like for the PS Plus, but I can't budget the PS Plus. I'll possibly budget when I get a job, especially for getting money from GTA. Like if I buy it with buying the shark card, especially the V-Bucks on Fortnite. And I'm saving my V-Bucks, and I'm gonna play Fortnite tomorrow, or not tomorrow, later today. So I'm gonna play with AZ. We're gonna do a few matches, and then we do the roleplay because we would have time to. And I don't necessarily mind if people are excuse me, if people are listening. So I just wanted to pull up here. Not here. Let's pull up right here, so I can call my car. Okay, I'm gonna call my car, chat. I'm gonna be very excited. I'm looking forward. She's gonna run.
I'm otherwise occupied, so call back later. You heard?
No, you can't. Come on. I'm right here. I'm in the road. Or let me get out. But fuck Martin Madrazo. I like Minnie Madrazo. I love his son more. Not choosing favorites, but just the behavior itself. If not, then I'll use the ATV.
I'm otherwise occupied, so call...
Did I call my insurance? I definitely did. I claimed it. I claimed all that cost, meaning I covered all the vehicles. Let me call the insurance, even though I know for a fact that I don't necessarily need to. Watch, it's gonna possibly mention something like, oh, I have no vehicle in service or something.
All Morse Mutual operators are on call right now. Please try again later.
Then they're stupid. Why would they mention that, Chad? Why the fuck would they mention that? They could have mentioned all vehicles you insured has overall been claimed or already been claimed. Like, instead of making an excuse, be honest. just to let the owner of the vehicle know that, or vehicles know that you know, he made a claim. Pretty much the one I'm playing as the character in the game of GT5 Online. So I am looking forward for GT6 Online though. Like, I'm just looking forward. But yeah, so yeah, the PS7 is gonna release on exactly their 2034. So that's gonna be for my daughter's 7th birthday. So the PS6 and the PS7 is not gonna be the same as the PS. I mean, I don't want her to get her a console because I feel like 7 years old is a perfect age. For Nintendo Switch, 5 wouldn't affect her or infect her. She could possibly play it. She could possibly bring it to her school if she has free time and just play on her Nintendo Switch with her friends, either with her girlfriends or boyfriends, and that just means friends. So to be friends with someone, it's, I would say, either 4 plus or 5 plus when you for real understand how to socialize. Well, 7 plus is when you actually understand, but that's when you feel this conscious of, like, you understand how to make friends and how to socialize. Like me, I made friends since I was in since second grade, because I was very antisocial back in first grade. So second grade, I would say. And hey, I was 7, so perfect age, huh? Well, I was in first grade actually, but I was gonna be in second grade potentially. So possibly like mid first grade, or possibly I have to wait until second grade. I actually had to wait though. But to be friends with someone, it's very simple, you know. I could have made plenty of friends back in second grade. There was plenty of hot-ass girls because, man, imagine having a girl at 7. But unfortunately, I couldn't marry because of the current law. It's very stupid. Well, no, marriage, there's no law. It's the wedding. Okay, that's stupid. Why would the wedding? Why is that? Is it because they think you're gonna fuck them and like go too far or something? I'm quite curious. For the wedding, all you gotta do is pay money and be emotionally, mentally ready. And 7 plus is a perfect age. Well, 7 years old, but pretty much 7 plus, like 7 plus over, like over next. Quite curious. But me and Farhan are gonna make these changes, like when him and I are dual presidents, like next year 2026, and majority of it, when it comes to video game rating changes, movie rating changes, and TV show rating changes, especially just changes overall. Like over, you know, so you know, whoa, buddy, Juddy, jeez. But yeah, just yeah, overall, as I specifically mentioned about that shit. Yeah, as I specifically mentioned about that shit. Yeah, as I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams. What I just specifically mentioned about that shit was in this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat, like over, you know, so cause my daughter, she can have a PS7, and hey, she'll be 7 when having a PS7. It's very cool. I'm gonna go back to where I left off once I occur to Carapurico. Give me a minute. Because Carapurico is the island, it's just that you do heist with what's in there. Simply because of El Rubio's ass. Fuck El Rubio. But yeah, I took his shit from him. I took $1 million. Don't worry, I'm gonna make more. Trust me, chat. I'll possibly get 2 mil or something. But I need like 1, 2. How many heists I gotta do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn, 11. Because what if Michael heists are easy or very simple, you know? So I could possibly do that, and then Andrew If he doesn't want the mansion, I can have the mansion. But I already mentioned him about the surprise, so he's like, oh, okay. Let me check. Because, yeah, you can do a heist. I mean, the mansion is cool. Come on, bro. Well, it's temporarily, but, like, it's within the game, so. But it's temporarily in real life and video game-wise, because once the world ends in real life, then all video games overall itself will end. Like, over enough. Well, simply because I'm almost there, I'm gonna check where I left off. Whoa! Hold up, chat. Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me, you fucking coward?
Knock, knock. Dave here. We're in a bit of a...
anyway, chat. That was it. Fuck, because I figured those guys were gonna occur there. So anyway, I'm gonna redo it. So anyway. Actually, I am back. And oh my fucking goodness, I hate when my hands are dry. Okay. But yeah, that's where I left off. So. But I figured that was gonna occur, so might as well call my vehicles. I'm very excited to call it in. And I'm just gonna do that heist, and then once I do complete it, if possible, or whatever I can possibly do to get or head towards the heist, then yeah, be sure to play The Walking Dead Season 4. Last of Us Part 1 will be later today. Or I could play both. I definitely have plenty of time, so possibly The Walking Dead Season 4 first, and then and then The Last of Us Part 1 afterwards. Like over you know. So,
I'm otherwise occupied.
Are you
Call
fucking
back later.
kidding me?
You heard?
You don't give me this shit. You throw me over like a bitch?
Hey, holy shit. Motherfucking shit. You're film. Motherfucker.
Alrighty, so anyway, as I'm heading towards there. But yeah, there was plenty of girls I had a crush on back in 2nd grade, so I could have. Well, I had a small dick, obviously. I didn't went to puberty until I was 10, but I didn't hit my growth spurt until I was 11. So if I was 11, because I know there's a girl, her name is Emma. She has blonde hair, she has blue eyes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I bet her pussy was small and tight back then. I bet her pussy's still tight, but I'm pretty sure hers is either medium or big. Hopefully it's medium. But I already have a girl, hers is either small or medium and tight. But it's hairy, like goddamn, do you have to for real like keep that? I mean, hey, I'm gonna admit I have pubic hair as well, but that's because I need to charge my shaver, or trimmer, excuse me. I trimmed my beard like, how many weeks ago? Like 3 weeks ago? Actually no, 4 weeks ago, Chad. It was 4 weeks ago. So I'm gonna trim my leg. So I remember I did it back in the summer, but I'm never mentioned unless I have on my stream, because I did mention I'm gonna walk into season 1 upload. I gotta for real excuse me. I gotta for real get back into the uploading shit. And there's gonna be shit I wanna mention, so I could do my great talks and free speech, but then I would edit if like what do y'all think? Do y'all think I should do that on my uploads as well? What do y'all think? And I'm gonna play the walk into season 4 afterwards. And why am I playing the walk into season 4? Oh yeah, because I was playing the walk into season 2, which was like 3 months ago. Well, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4 months ago actually. I was playing the walk into season 2. Then I was playing 3. Then 4. But yeah, did I chose Jane? Yeah, I remember I chose her and then she died because she killed herself. I'm like, god damn, baby girl, why you have to kill yourself? Because she got pregnant, but she wasn't raped though. So why the fuck do you want to have you could have had sex for pleasure, which that's 7+. Pregnancy is 11+, but she is past that age of 11. Like over so you know, so. It's like 11+ over, like 11+ like over But yeah, I feel like she didn't want to get pregnant. I feel like she just wants that sexual pleasure to please her, you know. But she didn't want to get pregnant. Well, she had to have kids, unless she has bad experience and it's not necessarily her fault. So I feel like she's not intentionally sinning. So I understand. She has PTSD, and I have to respect her for who she is, which obviously I would. That's why I chose her. So if people hate Jane, well, fuck you. Fuck you, Chad. Like, yeah, I get it. She shouldn't have necessarily caused a fight or scene or hit AJ, which is illegal, sinful/illegal in real life. But in the zombie apocalypse, she wouldn't get arrested. She would though if there wasn't. Well, there wouldn't be a point of it if the game's called, or if the game is specifically referred to as The Walking Dead, meaning like humans that are dead but alive, which are referred to as zombies. They're dead. They're like resting in peace but alive because of the virus mutating their mind. Why fuck? Excuse me, chat. Thank goodness they don't show baby zombies, like those who are temporarily physically a kid/child/children within their mortal body, but like within the baby phase. Thank goodness. I mean, if they do, it'll be very sad because like they're not meant to. I feel like nobody's meant to die as a baby. I mean, yeah, there's miscarriage, but that's like right before conception, and the soul itself is not able to enter the mortal body, so that's like sad because they want to see what it's like. I mean, sin. I don't want to witness sin, but hey, God Almighty Jesus Christ mentioned if you want to experience what it's like, it's part of it. It's part of that testimony. His testimony specifically, you know, God Almighty Jesus Christ. But yeah, I had a crush on this girl back in second grade. I mean, I was still antisocial. I was warming up though, and to this day, I haven't been her friend. I just had a crush on her. She knew my name though. She knew who I was. But she gets seizures. But hey, I could have gave her surgery, you know. Her and I could have had sex when we were in middle school, you know. So that's the whole point. Because if it were my daughters, I would say be with someone who's like 10 or 11. Actually 11 because, well, actually, I feel like a girl can get pregnant by a 10-year-old boy/man/guy/male. Like over nothing. He just have to have a dick and his balls drop, excuse me. Not drop balls. His balls drop. Balls drop means pretty much your testicles enlarging. It's fully formed and fully developed. It's just enlarging. Actually, no, it's not fully developed, right? I mean, it's an organ, so actually it is fully developed because it's made of tissues. I mean, your bones are as well, but they're not fully developed because they would be your bones will be broken easily if it doesn't develop. But when I was younger, mine never broke. So I'm blessed by God Almighty's Christ. So, and I don't like when people are saying lucky. Like, come on, bro. We don't use luck. We use you are blessed. Just put it in a sentence. You are blessed. Like, just be grateful. Because then when you're saying lucky, it's like you're envious. You can say you are blessed because you're not envious. Saying lucky is that you're jealous, you're envious. You just want what that person wants. Like, for example, oh, my internet didn't turn off. My internet was perfectly stable. And you're like, lucky, mine wasn't. Like, why you have to feel envious, okay? Just be, yeah, man, you're blessed, man. I'm blessed too. It's just that my internet turned off and yours didn't. So that's just like you're comparing, but not in an envious term. You're just saying like, which, like if yours is off, and if yours is off and the other is not. Simple that. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to where I left off, just in case. Like over in so you know so. But yeah, appreciate for 524 subs overall. Like over in so you know. Like you know. Okay, I know what I mentioned. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna shave my pubic hair. Not actually, I am gonna shave. I'm gonna shave it. It's gonna grow either way, but I would prefer if I don't have pubic hair myself, even though I'm not having sex until next year with my girl. And she's gonna get pregnant. She is 24, so if she's 24, how long have she been 11? For 14 years, okay. So she's way past that. She's able to get pregnant regardless. But right when you're 11, you can start to get pregnant. Once me and Farhan as dual presidents make these changes, like you know, changes overall. Like overall, when him and I are dual presidents. As I specifically mentioned about that shit was in my recent live streams, last live stream, as I just specifically mentioned about that shit was in this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well. What's in my future live streams? Obviously, like over in so you know, so and for 7, since when's the last time since she was 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 18 years. Damn.
Hello there. Goodbye.
But chat, as I specifically mentioned about that shit with my recent live streams, last live stream, as I'm gonna specifically mention about that shit was in this current live stream, and who I could possibly mention about within my future live streams, again as well, like over like obviously chat, like over So anyway, so about Amber, my wife, just about who I'm gonna mention about, like over so she is physically young, obviously, meant to be physically young, obviously, chronologically 24, obviously, and quite a bit mentally wise. But I'm more mentally wiser than her, so like over so you know so. Another person. So this girl used to be someone who helped me back in elementary school, some type of teacher helper.
Hello.
Back in elementary school, and I was in first grade. Her name is Debbie William. Hopefully, YouTube can keep private what I specifically mentioned about her, specifically, and just overall, like over So her name is Debbie Williams. She is physically old.
Hello.
Obviously. Not meant to be physically old. Obviously, chat, but she is lowly sanctified, or she is less sanctified, so. She is not meant to be physically old. Obviously, chat. But, because aging is a curse for her, she's less sanctified. Like over in she's chronologically in her 60s, or 50s. Actually, no, she's chronologically in her 50s. And
Always the same. Beep, beep, beep. Beep to you.
a bit mentally wise. Like over in and another person that is like the leader was in the park. Hopefully Jack doesn't snitch on me. Obviously he wouldn't. This will be between me and him. If he were to find his live stream. The current live stream I'm currently streaming on. Like over in
Bye.
not streaming on, but like the current live stream I'm currently streaming. Like over in so yeah, about Maddie. Her name is Maddie. She's physically young, obviously. Meant to be physically young, obviously. Okay, yeah. Well, she is possibly less sanctified, so she is physically young, obviously, but not meant to be physically young, obviously. She's chronologically 26, just like Andrew. And
Hello there.
and a bit mentally wise, like over in so you know, so yeah, just overall of those who I specifically mentioned. Oh, hold up, my air conditioner is turning on, because when it turns on, chat. Anyway, like those who I specifically mentioned, like I specifically mentioned about those who I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, last live stream, who I specifically mentioned about within this current live stream, like who I specifically mentioned within this current live stream at the very moment, and who I could possibly mention, or you know, who I could and who I could possibly mention again as well with some of my future live streams, obviously, chat. Like over so yeah, I mentioned about my wife, Debbie Williams, and Amber Harris, which is my wife. Pretty much Bahari, because she is married with me, but we didn't have a wedding. I feel like a wedding's quite different. Like over
Hello. Goodbye.
Hope that guy haven't been talking. I'm hoping that I talked over him. So you better hear everything I specifically mentioned.
I wonder what that means.
Okay, let's do this shit. See me chat. Okay, where's that? Okay. Hope I'm able to call my vehicle. You know, chat, so. Like over in the system. Why don't you hold on? Let me go back to where I left off.
So, the sequel to the greatest heist of modern times. Same heist again, huh? Okay. The beach party is over, so this time we must take different approach to reconnaissance. Mr. Rubio has teams of smugglers flying in and out in light aircraft. I have tracked one of these planes to Los Santos. We take it, fly back to Paradise. I have sent you the GPS location.
I'll just check where I left off. Like over in the system. Anyway. But anyway, chat. Again, chat. Again, chat. Without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once and for all. Like over in the system. Okay, anyway, I gotta drink some water. My left nostril, it's like stinging me quite a bit. Am I able to call my vehicle? If not, I'll possibly use this shit. Actually, might as well I use this shit. Hold on, let me see what match I want to possibly get because how many did I count it? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Damn, 11 heists? God damn. Should I surprise Angel? Like I mentioned I'm not gonna him to mention, but should I surprise him? Alright, I'm not gonna mention to Farhan. I mean I possibly could, but yeah, Farhan, yeah, that was him, Chad. That's the guy I've been mentioning about him and I being dual presidents, like over in so you know, so like but yeah, yeah, her name is Emma Lefevre, that girl. She is my age. Her and I were both born the same year. That's why I wanted to be with her. My first ex was as well, but I love my ex. My first one. Not the second one. No, I mean, for who they are, yeah. For who she is, I'm not, excuse me. So she could possibly be in heaven. So, pretty much my exes will be in heaven. But I could have friends as benefits was my first one, or I could add her into my relationship, like have a polygamous relationship. I'll see. And I remember that my first ex mentioned that one time, oh, we can't teach our kids how to have sex, like 7+ like over in us. She said that the cops will be on us, and I'm like, well, that's the current law. If me and Farhan, which she doesn't know Farhan, if me and Farhan as dual presidents make changes over like over in this, like especially political changes. Like next year, 2026, like over in this, like you know, changes over like over in this, then like they can't necessarily do anything about it. They'll be given a new political order, like over in this, so you know, so well, we go back to our left stop actually. Okay, I know where I left off, so like over in this, so anyway, chat, anyway. But yeah, anyway, chat, again, chat, without first, but yeah, again, chat, but yeah, again, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once and for all. But yeah, like I mentioned, chat, like I specifically mentioned within this current live stream, earlier within this current live stream chat. Yeah, like I specifically mentioned chat, like earlier within this current live stream chat. So yeah, again chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once and for all. Like, over. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna head towards there, you know, so. But yeah, I love my first ex. I could possibly add into my relationship, and I'm gonna mention to her, we're gonna teach our kids how to do it, like 7+, like over. If she wants to be part of a polygamy relationship, because if not, then we have to do sex, or excuse me, friends with benefits, and 7+ as well. Anything that involves sex for pleasure, like 7+, like over, like, you know, anything that involves sex for pleasure, like 7+, like over. Anyway, so yeah, Emila Fever, I loved her. I'm hoping that she is the same. Her face is fully developed though, because she is fully developed and fully grown physically, like over. But simply because she has seizures, I'm pretty sure she's not able to drink. Or it typically depends on the alcohol, because she does take medication and it can kill her. I don't necessarily want her to die. I would say she's highly sanctified. I mean, shit. She's got small tits, I would know for sure. But that pussy, I want to see what it looks like now, because I never witnessed it when she was a kid. When she was temporarily, physically a kid / children with her water body, like over. But yeah, second grade is, I feel like 7+ is when you can make friends. Like okay, I'm not saying like as an age limit, like you have to legalize it. It's more like more of your mentality. That's when you can understand when it comes to making friends. So I feel like I was antisocial because that mentality had to kick in. Like 7+, like over. Like I feel like I just interacted like I was a different creature. Like I was a, it's like I was a other creature interacting. Well, Debbie William was my friend. She was pretty much some type of teacher helper, someone who helps students when a teacher's busy or whatever. Okay, I gotta get my weapons out, pretty much. Okay. Oh yeah, that. Hold on, I gotta wait for that guy to finish.
I suggest you change on the way and leave your weapons on board. After what happened to Mr. Rubio, if the guard finds you have come armed, this will end very quickly.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's fucking stuck.
I modified it. How I came to be working in the West. You know how to keep a secret, yes? Of course you do. You have so many of your own. Well, it all began when I was just a humble cadet on new propaganda class nuclear submarine. One day, the captain, he comes into my room and... Oh, shit. Not that light blinking again.
Oh my fucking gosh!
Okay.
I fucking hate you. Not you, Pablo, but... I wanna cry. Move, bitch! Jeez! You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm done. But yeah, for my kids, I mean, I would say 5+ because when you're in preschool, you're not making friends as much. You wouldn't like, because it is simply because of mentality, but like you would possibly just feel like this aura. Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. There you go. Apparently I gotta go back again, because I'm so fucking pissed. But yeah, I'm pretty sure MLFE for pussy would be medium and tight. Just like Amber's, you know, like over so you know, so. Just like my wife Amber, so. But yeah, proposing means like you're keeping the promise to keep the marriage, and then wedding is to honor it, like a ceremony, pretty much. Like over so. You know, I'm gonna call my people.
What you need, boss? Some wheels?
Thank you.
I can bring them round. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Excited. It's been like exactly like 1 week. So. Well, let me go back to where I left off. Okay. Alright. But anyway, chat, again, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to this shit once and for all. Like, over But yeah, so anyway, back to my daughter now. What's it called? So yeah, I'll pretty much get her PS7 for her 7th birthday. I'll get her plenty of shit. Possibly a Tesla for her, or whatever self-drivable car she would prefer, but I got to surprise her because she has to get her license though, so. Actually, do you need a license to operate a vehicle? Or a state ID? And a state ID means it's an ID, but you're not eligible to drive. So, I'm quite curious. I mean, if I do find Emma Fever, because I did add her on Insta, but my first ex would have to possibly help me. So she's pretty much my ex-wife. I mean, I first got into relationships since I was 11 years old. I mean, pretty much the age, and she was like 11 as well. We were both the same age. Pretty much, I could get her. I could have got her pregnant when she was 11. And I remember my wife used to prank me saying that she was pregnant. I mean, she could. I mean, she was able to get pregnant back then. Like over in this. I mean, Amanda. Her name is Amanda Dubé. Okay. I forgive her. She would be in heaven. She is a Christian. And I mean, I still love her. I still think about her. I mean, I'm pretty much the guy who thinks about other wives, or just former wives or ex-wives. I mean, she actually cheated on me. She went for other guys for their looks, other boys / men / guys / males. But at the end of the day, she's not perfect. Specifically her, she's not perfect. Like, I feel like she made plenty of mistakes, and I could forgive every sin she committed. And she has ADHD, or have ADHD, I'm pretty sure, and she gets very hyper, and I'm like, why are you jumping? And I questioned her back in middle school, and she got very pissed at me, and she's like, why are you questioning me? And I feel like she felt like I was judging her when I wasn't judging her sinfully, which obviously I wouldn't, because like I specifically mentioned within my recent live streams, last live stream, as I just specifically mentioned within this current live stream, or what I'm supposed to mention within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention within my future live streams again as well, obviously chat like over this. So is that I'm without sins, without mistakes, and very righteous in terms of me being a virtue. Like over this. So yeah, I love Amanda Dubé. She is just the love of my life. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't got into a relationship. I mean, I possibly would, because I have this loving desire, and I feel like AZ should realize love does not lead to death. You may think that because Romeo and Juliet got killed when they were temporarily, physically, and adolescent within their mortal bodies as teenagers, but they feel that love is at a young age. Just look at Adam and Eve. They're 7. They're both 7. As I specifically mentioned about them, which describes the soul specifically, as I specifically mentioned about that, especially Adam and Eve, within my recent live streams, and what I could possibly mention about them, especially the soul specifically, within my future live streams, again as well, obviously, chat. Yeah, within my future live streams, again, yeah, and within my, and again, chat, and within my future live streams, again as well, obviously, chat, like over, you know, so, but yeah, they are both 7. They've always been the same, and they didn't die. They're not meant to rest in peace. They're perfect. They're righteous. I'm perfect as well, chat. Like over, you know, so. But my ex-wife, excuse me, is not perfect. My second ex-wife is not perfect. My third wife, unfortunately, is not perfect. Well, she's actually my 4th wife. My 3rd one was Megan, but Amber is pretty much like my first wife in the list, like in a row, because I pretty much went for her because Megan and I broke up and then we got back together, but as part of a polygamous relationship. So I have 2 exes. The first one name is Amanda Dubé. She have ADHD, and my second one named Emily Bailey. She have Down syndrome. I love them both. So Emily Bailey, we had great moments, but just the way she was just so desperate, so like prideful, and if she didn't knew, then she just broke up with me for no reason, because I was not intentionally lashing out, but just what I've mentioned to her, you know. And I feel like I can forgive her. Could I put her into my relationship? No, because she is taken by one of my homies named Nick. Lardamita. And I'm pretty sure with some of my recent live streams, I've mentioned about him. Like, as I specifically mentioned about him with some of my recent live streams. And who I could possibly mention with some of my future live streams again as well. Obviously, chat, like over in this, you know, so, just like, you know, Nick Lardamita. He's physically young, obviously. Not meant to be physically young, obviously. Chronologically 23, obviously. And not necessarily mentally wise. Pretty much, he's not necessarily mentally wise. And I'm more mentally wiser than him, pretty much. Like, over in this, so, you know, so, but yeah, Emma Lefevre though, or Amanda Dubé actually. I was with her since I was 11, but then my homie made me broke up with her. It was Ra'ad's fault. He didn't mean to. I forgive him though. I love him. He's my homie. But Amanda, I forgive her as well. I love her. I still have deep feelings for her. I can text her on Facebook one day because I do have her on Facebook, and I can say, I know I'm with my girl. And I can mention to her, I've just been thinking about just things you've done when you were a teenager or a preteen, and how we can possibly have friends with benefits or redo or hang out sometime. Because I do want to hang out with her. I do want to fuck her. I never had sex with her. I never got her pregnant. I do want to get her pregnant though. I do. I love her. Her and I used to send nudes back when we were 16. We were just teenagers. Just so obsessed with each other. What I mean is, we were... Well, I never aged. I still look the same. Even AZ Smetch, I look the same, and I'm like, damn, okay. I see AZ. And Emily Bailey, she's with someone, but she says she doesn't have kids, so I'm like, what made her think that? Come on, that's a sin. But if she doesn't mean it, then hey, I forgive her. I love her. I mean, yes, she has Down syndrome, but my kids wouldn't have Down syndrome if I had it with her. You know? Like, you can have a father who has Down syndrome, but you yourself wouldn't have Down syndrome. So that's just like, Satan created Down syndrome, but God Almighty Jesus Christ ensured that she can't let that interfere with her. You know? Like, over so. Because that's like a physical thing that she has. Mentally, for her, I mean, who knows? So I can mention to Farhan that I just think about my ex. And hey, it's not a sin to think about your ex, you know? I mean, my first ex is my age. Amber is 4 years older than me, but hey, that's Amber chronologically, chat. I am specifically more mentally wiser than Amber, because at certain times she is stubborn, and I am not necessarily stubborn. But the whole point I call her stubborn is because of my traumatic situation, and I don't like when she's stubborn, you know. Like over So anyway, I'm gonna start this shit.
Oh yes.
Alright. Same shit? Okay, no, that's good. Perfect.
Bye.
But yeah, Amanda Dubé, she cheated on me and all that shit. But like, I've been with her since back in middle school. She's like, do you want to be husband and wife? Well, she said boyfriend, girlfriend. She didn't know the concept. But she's like, do you want to be husband and wife? Do you want to be together? And I'm like, sure. And I mentioned to her, when do you want to have our wedding? Like, when could we talk to have our wedding, you know? And even to this day, I can mention, like, in my 20s. But I'm like, we can have it at a very young age. And I'm like to her, why don't you shave your pussy? Like, why do you have to keep it hairy? I mean, yeah, she has ADHD. But I'm like, come on, man. I want to see what your pussy looks like, you know, her pussy. I bet it's tight and small, because she is very skinny. So that skin elasticity leads, even though it's fully developed, it leads it to, you know, because that's her body development, so. Or her uterus is fully formed, fully developed, it just has to enlarge. Her pussy is fully formed, just not fully developed. But once you go through puberty, you're going through a specific developmental phase where it's able to get penetrated. Like over and vaginal penetration is possibly 7+ before puberty. Like over so like pretty much from 7 years old and beyond that point. So pretty much like beyond that, like 7+ overall, like 7+ overall, like over like for both boys/men/guys/males and girls/women/ladies/females. Like 7+ over, like over, you know. Like as I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live streams, last live stream, as I specifically mentioned about that shit within this current live stream. And what I could possibly mention about that shit again as well within my future live streams. Obviously, chat like over, so yeah. So Amanda Dubé. I used to follow her channel. I used to watch her channel, and she had to delete it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Her mom, I did not like her. I did not fucking like her. She's like, oh, the cops will be on you if you send nudes at 16. But because of the current law, I wouldn't be arrested because in terms of the Michigan state law, the current law specifically, of the state law specifically, within the state level of the law, you could. Especially having sex and getting her pregnant. But once me and Farhan make these changes, like overall, like changes overall, like you know, next year of 2026, like in terms of political changes, especially just, you know, changes over, like over, so you know, as I specifically mentioned earlier within this current live stream about that shit overall, just like what I specifically mentioned about that shit within my recent live stream, last live stream, as I specifically mentioned about that shit again within this current live stream, and what I could possibly mention again as well within my future live streams, obviously chat like over. But yeah, so like Amanda Dubé, like I want to have kids with her. I want to have a son and daughter with her. Her and I would possibly think of the name, you know, like over, you know, so. But she better shave her pussy. I want to see a change. Because she said that the one she was overall with apparently broke up with her, so I'm like, damn. Like over, no, so she's a prime adolescent, my wife's a prime adolescent, but my second ex is a teenager. She's like 18. Yeah.
Are you fucking
Like over, no, so I can text my homie Nick Lardamita because that is his wife, and I could say, could I possibly have her number and just be friends with her? And if she wants to do friends with benefits, I would have to hang with her, or she can hang with me. And yes, she has Down syndrome, but I want to see what the experience is like, because she is, I feel like she has like a partial Down syndrome, like over, you know, so yeah, I'll have to see. So yeah, I'm gonna possibly do this, and then possibly afterwards I'm gonna end it right here, and then possibly play the Walking Music 4 once I get finished listening to my music or masturbating. I just love jerking off. When I have this sexual mindset, 'cause I actually do, it's not lust, it's love. Lust is when you choose sex over love, but if you go for the love, you think about the love. But sex occurs immediately, so I could possibly do plenty of research towards lust. Like over, so yeah, hold on, we get just situated, did not mention about whatever that one over mentioned. But yeah, so yeah, like Emma LaFever, she knew my first wife or ex-wife, Amanda. So yeah, see me chat. pretty much Amanda is the first one that I send nudes to, and my second one is not Amanda, Amber, because Emily Bailey. I mentioned to her, can you show it? And she's like, I can't. I don't necessarily want to show it, and I'm like you actually have to. Whoa! And I'm like, damn, okay, girl. Like, potentially I'll see her pussy. I got witness all girls pussy, like 7+, like over. This is. So anyway,
The plane is where I said it would be, yes?
okay, I got plenty of space. Perfect.
I have sent you coordinates. It is a long journey south, but you are familiar by now, yes? There will be clothes on the plane. I suggest you change on the way. And leave your weapons on board. After what happened to Mr. Rubio, if the guard finds you have come armed,
I'll be sure to check where I left off, if I possibly could, but I'm gonna head towards. I'm not gonna for real fly towards there. It's just for fun to like fly towards there. But yeah, anyway, I mean, Emily Bailey is Irish. My wife that I currently have is Irish. Oh yeah, and I'm with Megan. She was my ex-wife, but yeah, I'm back with her. And yeah, she got very sensitive when I was chatting about sex with my wife. And when I consented to Megan, like saying like, could I possibly lick your pussy, or do you want to lick my dick? And she's like, hell no. And I'm like, why do you not want to lick my dick? I'm consenting. And she mentioned, I'm not gonna answer that question when I'm sure, can I lick your pussy? And she's like, oh, Mike is chatting about inappropriate shit. It's not inappropriate. Inappropriateness means if you're lusting, like over or that you're just hating God Almighty's creation, which he did create sex. He pretty much commanded Adam and Eve to be fruitful, which is sexual pleasure, and then multiply, which is the mortal bodies, which is pretty much pregnancy. Like over but Adam and Eve can get pregnant whenever because she's perfect. She's holy, divine, and perfect. So God Almighty Jesus Christ, Adam and Eve, pretty much. So she could pretty much have sex for pleasure and get pregnant. Like over so, oh yeah, Emily Bailey. Oh no, Megan. So yeah, Megan though, she's physically young, obviously, meant to be physically young, obviously. Chronologically 23, and a bit mentally wise. Like over so, like about so that's what I mentioned about Megan. Like over so anyway. Please Puerto Rico potentially before you miss expected arrival time and window of opportunity to land towards the island. I got you, brother. Yeah, I'm actually gonna jerk off once I head towards there. Like over enough. But yeah, I figured out I figured Austin's theory would return. Like that's badass. Like over enough. Okay. But yeah, as I was mentioning, I could have had sex at 11. Well, because Emma Lefevre was born in the same exact year as me, and Amanda Dubé. So either way, you know, pretty much I could have sex with her, even though sex for pleasure is 7+, but pregnancy is 11+. Like, oh, wait, no, you know. So. Hold on, let me go back to where I left off.
Paring, esperen ahí. Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go. Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
As soon as you go beyond the airstrip, you must be careful. If guards get a good look at you while you are in the restricted area, they will know something is not right. Safest thing is to stay out of sight.
Okay, so I can masturbate then. Okay. And in chat, I'm gonna be AFK for quite a bit. I'm gonna masturbate. That dick is huge. But anyway, yeah, just be sure to skip to part where I'm not necessarily AFK. Like over in the system, you know, so, anyway.